Hello friends, it's Sherry from Turquoise Dreaming. How you doing today? Welcome to my channel. I'm here to share my finished magazine journals with you. They're traveler's notebook size. I have them, the closure as a 2 ties through an eyelet here. So I'm starting off untied and then I'll show you how I tie them up. But I just didn't want to tie them all up and then untie them all and then retie them all, if you know what I mean. So I'm starting untied. So, I'm going to show you the front of each one and a detailed look through on this one, and then a quick flip through of the others. So, to start off, this is a magazine page. I use magazine covers and a couple of magazine pages because they are so pretty. I mean, look at this one. This is from an Ideals magazine. And you know those pages are a little thicker than a regular magazine, and are actually quite a bit thicker. And this was just a beautiful picture of a snowy winter scene here with this pretty red mailbox with some gifts, just popping out of it. I thought it was so pretty. I wanted to make a cover out of it on one of the journals, so I did. So all the covers are zigzag stitched around here and have some support here as far as lace. I think they all have the red lace on them. We'll see as we go through. Here's the back on this one, another pretty snowy scene, just, the same one, curved around here, the page from the magazine. And then I'll just get started with the flip through, and I'll show you the tie closure after, but it is fabric closure here that I have, torn and frayed myself, so, and then it's, I've got eyelets here for support on the page, and then I'll show you how it ties when we're done. But as we start on this one, this is, like I said, Ideals magazine. So on each one, except for one's different. I'll show you that when we get to it. But all the covers have 3 layers. So it's like this one's a magazine page on the outside, magazine page, another magazine page on the inside, and cardstock in between for sturdiness. So this one is the only one where I used a magazine page from the regular magazines because this one worked out very well, but the others just weren't working out. So like I said in my previous video about these journals, I kind of took a right turn and went into a different direction than I had originally started with, and used Ideals magazine pages instead of the Better Homes and Gardens and Country Living pages. Even though they were so pretty, I just felt like they weren't working out as far as smoothness and the look I wanted as I was trying to make them into pages. So, but this one did go well. This is the only one that went well, so I used it right here. I thought it was really pretty. And then it has cardstock on the back, and it's sewn together. And this is, I had some stationery kits and used those in here. I think I used pretty much all of them up. I had 2 stationery kits, and I think I have a couple envelopes left, and that's it from those kits. I used them all in these journals. There's 8 journals. So this is like the stationery paper. This is coffee dyed paper with a rubber stamp snowflake here. This is stationery. And then this is just vintage computer paper, the kind that has the little holes here that you used to put in the track of the printer. If you remember those, where that's all continuous feed of paper that used to go through, and then you had a perforation where you tore off your page. So that's what that is, and it's Christmassy, so I thought that was really cool when I found that at a thrift store. This is a vintage card here. It's a little cute one, so I put that in as a page. Here I've got one of the coasters. It's a Christmas coaster that I had picked up at a thrift store. So all of the ephemera in here is a lot of vintage and authentic ephemera, and I'll explain that to you as we see it. I'll tell you what it is, but that's what that is. I got that there's a few sets of those coasters at a thrift store, and maybe you saw my Thrifted Treasures video where I showed those, but those are really cool. So I made one of these for each journal. This is a card that I got from Dale in Happy Mail, so thank you, Dale. They really came in handy with the green here. They're industrial type tags, and I decorated them in this way. They already had this wire here, and I put beads on the wire. These little beads that I got at Dollar Tree, I got 3 different colors, and the green pack. There was a green pack with all different kind of green, light green, dark green beads. Anyway, I got that out, and they fit on this wire, and these are tiny little holes in these beads, and I hadn't been able to use them on anything else because they are so tiny. But I saw this wire, and I was like, I wonder if those beads would fit in there, and sure enough, they did. So I put beads on, I think most of them, or all of them. It got to be like a little crazy because, you know, if you can imagine putting beads on all these wires, it did take a little time. And then so that the wires would not hurt anyone because, you know, they were longer and sharp, you know, had a little sharp kind of end. I kind of just curled them up here on the end. So that's what that's all about. And this industrial tag already had this little paper that flips up, so you can write under here. You could write on the back if you wanted to, and I decorated the front flap here. This is a vintage Christmas collectible card with old world Santas. So I put one of those on this one. I don't know if I used one on every one. I think I used something else maybe on one of them, some snowflakes. So you'll see as we go through. But then I put this little green sticker bow from Dollar Tree here. I did use extra glue on there to make sure that was going to stay on. And then some little stickers here too that I've had in my stash for a good while, many years, and so I was trying to use some of those up, so I put a couple down there. They're all distressed too around the edges, so came out really cute. So that's tucked in here under this coaster on this one, on this journal. And that was you know, music paper there, vintage music book paper. I've got a little collage of Christmas fabrics up here, and just adds a little pretty touch there. Ledger paper here, and then this is a Christmas bag, paper bag, with some goodies. In this one I have a journaling card that I made out of some scraps where I, you know, kind of just collaged them on cardstock and sewed around that, and then you can write on the back. So that's in that paper bag. And then I went through my one of my drawers that I call my ephemera drawer, and I just was kind of like, you know, I just want to put, you know, as much ephemera in these journals as I can and in the goodie bag. So I went ahead and took just a bunch of stuff out of that drawer, put it on my table, and just started putting stuff in the journal and stuff in the bags. So I've got 8 bags all ready to go, 8 goodie bags. You know, everything stuffed in the pockets here, but this is one of the little tags I had in that ephemera drawer. It was so cute. So, you know, I just thought somebody could have fun with it, so that's in that bag. I added a tag here. I had some leftover like printouts from my two design team projects for Shabby Dabby Doodah and Studio 28E. So this is one of those. I think this one was from, you know, they both have Christmas kits, and they're really, really pretty, both of them. I enjoy working with both of them, and there's the leftovers are so pretty, I wanted to use them. And this one, I think, is from Shabby Dabby Doodah. It's a little label, and it says, compliments of the season, just so pretty, with a little poinsettia there. So, and this is coffee dyed paper. It's a fold out, and well, it's coffee dyed, but it's also Christmas computer stationery. Here you can see the Christmas tree with the snowy blue sky there. Just really nice paper. And then this is part of that stationery kit that I told you about. This is another piece of the stationery here as a page. This is an Ideals magazine page where I just put the page in here. This is a label from that Shabby Dabby Doodah kit. And then I made a little Christmas tree in each one from the Christmas fabrics I was using. So this is the Christmas tree in this one. I think that was a lot of fun to do. Of course, easy, but fun, and it turns out makes a really cute page. Here I have just used, let's see, several pieces of Christmas cardstock paper in here. On the back of all my cardstock that I used in all of these journals, I spritzed green spray on here. So they're all green for Christmas on the back. and that's a spray. They weren't dipped or, you know, like a solid painted or whatever. Sometimes I paint it on. I don't usually dip it, but I will dip it if I think I want that kind of look. But these were spritzed or sprayed, so it gives a lighter look, and it's just a really pretty nice look that I think it gives. So that's what I did on all of these cardstock papers that are like scrapbook paper that I used in here. And then I have a Candyland game card in each one. They're just a really pretty little card. And so it's paper clipped in, and I have the little bell here on a paper clip on each one. So you got a little bell paper clip, and if that annoys anyone, then you can take it right off, right? So there you go, just one little jingle bell for fun right there, holding that on. This is that kind of newsprint that I've been using. Oh, and here's another piece of the stationery. It says Express Mail, and this is the envelope. So really cool, little pretty envelopes. In here I've got a bridge tally card, and it was red. It's the only red one that I had, but it really cute, like looks like a bandana, right? But it was red for Christmas, so I went ahead and put one in every journal. I had enough for every one in every one. And then I got out all of my little Christmas notepads that I have, and these are all like the St. Jude Christmas notepads, and I've bought several of these. I paid for them at estate sales, pretty much is where I got them all. And a couple of different estate sales that I went to recently had, you know, kind of tons of these, and I bought them all. So, but I think they're cute. I mean, I use them just like they are to write a note maybe, but if you didn't like the St. Jude, you could just cut it right off and use the rest of it, right? For whatever you want to do, decorating or writing on or whatever. I just really like those. And then some more ledger paper, the cardstock, and then we're at the middle here. So this is more of the green dyed cardstock on the back where it was white. So here we're at the middle. I want to just show you the middle real quick on this one, and then the other ones maybe we won't have to take out the cards, but I've got a double pocket in each middle. I've got a snowflake on each one, and the snowflakes are all different colors. They're just randomly cut snowflakes out of my scraps from the cardstock here that I was using. So I put a snowflake there and there. And then here I've got I fussy cut out some poinsettias from the fabric that I was using in a couple of my Christmas projects. Then this fabric I got from Laura, my friend Laura, in Happy Mail. So I wanted to use that fabric up, and you know, for Christmas, and I wanted to try to use every piece. So here, just a couple little, and it really adds a lot. And at first you might not notice them, but there is a fabric flower right there and there. So really cute. And then in the pockets I've got a tag here that you can write on. Pretty little, you know, topping here. And that's cut from a Christmas card. And so I've been trying to recycle Christmas cards. I still have some more to figure out what to do with, and this is just a little kind of a card or journaling space that I made from an old book page with a napkin. This is a napkin that I glued on here. This is a piece like a sticker from Dollar Tree, and this is a bow from Dollar Tree. So it made a really nice little pretty journaling spot there, and that's tucked in that pocket. And this is zigzag stitched around here on the sides and straight stitched across the bottom. So I did do some sewing in here, like I said, the cover, this right here, and you'll see some more sewing in the back in a minute. But yeah, I did a little sewing, especially a lot of sewing on the tags and stuff too. I'm trying to see if there's any more sewing in the front here. But yeah, now that we've passed the middle, we're on the back half. So like here is another style or design of paper coaster, a vintage, it looks vintage to me, it's kind of browning, that I had picked up at a thrift store. And I made 2 tags specifically for this spot in each journal, and they are long, narrow tags. that can be used as journaling cards. So they look like a tag. I wanted them to be long to fit, just like that, and cover the whole page and fit under there in the tuck spot. So I made them out of the scraps from the cardstock that I used in these journals. I backed them with either coffee dyed paper or ledger paper so they can be written on, and I sewed around them with red thread. So hopefully you can see the thread there, but yeah, they're sewn all the way around. So I really like doing cards, you know, journaling spots like that. Just, you know, backing something with writable paper. It just is really, I think it's really neat. And then here's the flap from the envelope. I like to leave that loose for someone to do something with. Even just write on there or glue something on there. Just kind of use your imagination and see what you want to do. I mean, maybe you want to take this out and glue this down as a tuck spot, you know. So just whatever somebody wants to do. I like to leave lots of space for writing and people to have fun in my journals. So the next page here is like, this is the spritz green here, the spray. I'm on the back of cardstock. And then so I sewed here a piece of pretty red trim. It's a little ruffly. And then I put an angel in each one. Now the trim, I didn't have enough trim of the same trim for all 8, so I'll point the trim out on each one, because each one, not each one is different, but like a few have this one and a few have a different one, you know, like that. So, and 7 of them have this angel here, but I didn't have an 8th angel. So the 8th one, I did have one more angel I found in my stash. I searched high and low and looked through every charm that I had, and I had one more angel. And so I used all my angels in these journals and made little charms out of them. Now I got these from Dale on a string, like you get when you buy beads, and you buy a string of beads in the craft section that you're going to create something with. That's what these angels were. They were a string of angels. So I have the little pins that you make jewelry with, you know, jewelry charms or whatever. So I put the angel on one of those needles, and then put a jump ring on there, you know, curled up the needle so it would hang on a jump ring, and then put it on. I love these little black safety pins. I just think they're, I don't know, I just have a thing for them. They're so cute and adorable. I don't know why I love them, but I do. So I hung one on one. I used a little black safety pin on in all of the journals to hang the angel charm. So that's that page. Just fun for me, right? So here is a little ornament that I put in every one. I had just enough. I had 8 of these that I had picked up at a thrift store, and just by coincidence, when I got these out, I didn't realize I only had 8. When I made 8 journals, it wasn't a plan or anything. I just, by coincidence, had 8 of them, and I put one in every journal. So that is a little vintage ornament, actually, and it also has an angel on it. So that worked out so well, I couldn't believe it. So that is an Ideals magazine page there. The back, we're on the back half, but this is a fold out of that computer stationery with the snowy mountain scene. This is the bottom half that says Happy Holidays. Really cute. And so here's the back paper bag. Uh-oh, I think I forgot to put something in this one. Do I have a journaling card ready? I'm going to have to make another one here. Or I do have one here. Let me stick one of these in. I have some red ones here. This is a little, I made some journaling cards out of, this was actually, packaging, and it was red, so I was like, well, it's red, I gotta do something with this for Christmas. So I just decorated it and made a journaling card you can write on the back. It was already white. And this is actually a little pocket right here. So you can stick something in that little pocket if you want. So I'm going to stick that right in there. So that one has something in it. Ledger paper, the back half, you know. So here I wanted to use a doily in here. And I kind of wanted to do something different other than making it into a page, because I know you could write on there, you can glue things on a doily, but you know, sometimes I just kind of wanted to make it a little sturdier and do something different. So I kind of just folded it over this page. It's a music, that vintage music paper or page that I used in here. and I just folded the doily over, the Christmas doily, and glued it down. I thought it came out really pretty like that, so that's what I did. And here's the back half of that computer science, why do I say science every time I think about this paper? Computer, you know, with the track on it. So that's the back half, the snowflake stationery there, coffee dyed paper, and then the magazine page, and we're at the back. And on the inside also I reinforced with lace the middle, this like the spine. So like the spine not only has 3 layers, it has reinforcement on the inside, reinforcement on the outside. And I did do, I'm starting on the journals that are longer like this. This is the standard Traveler's Notebook size, 8 1/4 by 4 1/4. I've started using 5 pamphlet stitch. I want to make sure, you know, this is going to hold, and I just want to make it as sturdy and strong as possible. So, you know, I just try to progress as I make journals, try to progress with every one I make, and make each one better, and make each one, you know, incorporate my new ideas and things that I learn. So, you know, these are, you know, I've been doing this for over 4 years now, probably about 4.5 years. So you know, in that time, if you make journals, you know, you learn new things, you try new things, and you incorporate and try to make your journals better and better. And I also try to make each one special. So this is what they kind of look like. You can kind of see there's 30, let me see if I can remember how many pages I put in here. I think I put 32. I don't think I put 40. So I think I have 32 pages, and that's 64 fronts and backs. And 5 pamphlet stitch. I used red and white twine. I usually use wax cord, but I could not. I had to use the red and white twine for these. And, you know, Christmas and candy canes, and it just went so perfect. So I did do that. And then, so this is how I thought they would tie up. Now, I just got my, if you saw my previous few videos, you know I just got my handy dandy little, what do you call it, this thing here? Right here, the eyelet setter by Memory Keepers. I love this thing. It works so good. I can't believe I held off getting this. I should have got it, you know, 2 years ago when I got my other one, and that never worked right. So I've been just having so much fun with this thing, punching holes. The side pieces here are hole punches in different sizes, and this is the eyelet setter here. So I set eyelets in each of the covers, and you know, I put these nice long fabric you know, pieces here, strips, and that is so that this is how I pictured closing it. You just take this, wrap it around, right? So like this is the front one. You wrap it around the front and over all the way around once. Okay, here's the back one. You take that and wrap it to the front all the way around, and then you have this little pretty frayed, kind of almost like a homespun look, kind of vintage looking fabric there. And that's why I like the black and white. It's kind of homespun, the buffalo check look, kind of farmhouse type of look. Then you tie here on the side. Okay, you make a little bow. I kind of like to make my bows as perfect as possible, although I'm not claiming to be any kind of a bow expert. But I take it so that the fabric, the right side of the fabric, is out all the time. I try to keep that out. So I wrap this around, right side of the fabric out. Then I take it and turn it around as I'm pushing it through to make my other bow, so that I always have my right side out. And then I pull it through. So everything is right side out, that, you know, kind of is on the front, and there you have your little bow as best as I can do. But yeah, so that was a lot of fun for me to make those long strips of fabric and get them all nice and pretty frayed like edges, and then have that, be able to have that wrap around. because I've wanted to do that for so long and just couldn't get my eyelet setter to work. So finally, okay, so that's the first detailed tour on the first one. So to go with each one, I picked up these paper bags, these Christmas paper bags. In case you haven't seen them, I found them at Walmart. And yeah, I couldn't believe it because I love little treat bags like this. They're not the lunch sack size, they're smaller. And I think they're called treat bags. They were in the Christmas section of Walmart where they have the little aisle with I think they have baked goods, not baked goods, but you know, the bakery supplies and things like that. You know how they have those different aisles. So these are some different patterns they have. They have the polka dot. They have the Santa. It's this little one here with a penguin and a polar bear. Let's see, here's another. Did you see this one? Yeah. So yeah, I think there's some more patterns too, but these were just the ones I picked out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because I have 8 journals. And I've already got stuff in there. So, like I said, I was kind of cleaning out my ephemera, so I just poked some of my authentic vintage ephemera. There's a few pieces in there. And I put some scraps from my cardstock in there. I put a guest check in there for whoever gets the journals, to be able to have fun and decorate, because you saw I decorated all those tags already. I thought, you know, I really wanted to decorate these too, but I thought, you know, I think that somebody might have fun decorating, so that was the kind of idea of what I put in here. I've got a piece of what is this? Oh, I got a piece of fabric in each one, some kind of fabric that I've been using in these journals. I cut a piece and put it in here. I've got, let's see, what else do I need to show you? Oh, I've got a Tim Holtz person in each one for fun. And I'm probably going to be sticking some more stuff in there, but there's several pieces, like I said, of the vintage, authentic vintage ephemera in there, you know, not copies. So, but I'm going to be sticking in some more stuff in there as I maybe clean up a little bit here after this project. I'm going to put some snowflakes in here. I still want to do that. As I'm looking around the room, I have some more pieces from my design team projects that I need to probably share, because I have a lot. So I'll be sticking some of those in there, and just whatever is laying around here from my projects, I'm going to be sticking more stuff in the goodie bags. So just to show you kind of a sample, you know, an idea of what the goodie bags are going to have. So we looked at that one journal. So quickly, if 7 more journals can be quickly, I'll show you the cover, and you can see they're all basically done the same. So like the cover, this is Women's Day, you know, same type of closure, got the same spine on the inside, outside and inside here with the lace. This is 3 layers just like the other ones. Let me look and see what might be different in here. We're going to do a quick flip through. I'm just going to flip through and not really say anything because it's pretty much the same. Like it has, I made some tags like this. This one has this tag with a piece of the fabric I put on the top. This was actually just 2 pieces of cardstock, and it has something in between for just thickness and sturdiness. So it's like, what is that? I think that was actually 4 layers I put in on these, and I just like the pretty cardstock, craft cardstock color. And then it has red thread sewn around and a piece of pretty Christmassy fabric, and I also use a piece of that as the topper there. And it's just tied in a little hole, you know, I just punched a hole and tied a piece of that on there. There's another piece of ephemera in this bag that I will leave as a surprise. This one has like a, you know, the coaster, and here's a little tag I had made for this one, or it could be a bookmark or a journaling spot. There's blue dyed paper on the back, and this is a piece from, I'm trying to remember what this is from. It might be a book cover. It might be a book cover. It's really sturdy like a book cover. And I think it has a pear, so I think it had something to do with, you know, 12 Days of Christmas, or, you know, partridge in a pear tree type of thing. So as you can see, these are the same type of stuff as the other one. that I showed you, the first one. So we'll just flip through. Here's the Christmas tree. You know, the envelope with the goodies, same type of goodies. The middle, this one also has the little poinsettias, fabric poinsettias. I just want to see if there's anything different in here that I would like to show you. You know, Ideals magazine pages. Here's the trim. This is the one that had the different angel. It has this angel here, a real pretty angel, hanging on a black pin, just like the other ones, a black safety pin. But it had this like fringe on it, or dangles on the angel, and I thought that was so pretty. But that was the last angel I had, so I put it right there. And really, I don't know what it's from. I got it in Happy Mail, so it's just really glad I had it, you know, so I would have enough for each one. But you can see here's another little. This was the flannel graph pieces that I had gotten at a thrift store. And this one I cut up. It was the 9 Lords of Leaping, but it was big, like too big really to put in a journal. But I ended up cutting it up, backing it, the different pieces with some kind of paper, probably ledger paper on all of them, like this one has. And it's sewn around, so it came out really cute, I think. So, and that's tucked right there. And then here's the other tag in this one, made from a cutoff of the cardstock, backed with ledger. It's sewn all the way around. And I have it has snowflakes on the cardstock, but I added some little glittery snowflake stickers. That's from the Dollar Tree stickers there, and I just thought that was, you know, appropriate, if you know what I mean. This was a little, I put this in the bag here. This is just a little kind of journaling tag that I made here with just some pieces that I had around, you know, working with. So I just made a tag out of some. There's some sequins on there. There's a little tag. I think I put 2 tags from the Shabby Dabby Doo digital kit in each one. So here's one, and then there's another one in here somewhere too. So let's see how pretty that turned out. And the tag wraps around. I'm not going to do all the ties right now, but again, just to remind you how cool it is, because I think it turned out so cool. You wrap it all the way around. Oh, I did it wrong. Wrap the front to the back, wrap the back to the front, and then you tie your little bow and you're good to go. Okay, that was number 2. Number 3, this is Better Homes and Gardens, and it's this pink and red, which is so pretty. You know, same protection on the binding as well as decoration. The 5 pamphlets stitched, same number of pages. You can see how pretty they are when you just look at it. I mean, look at that middle page. It's gorgeous, right? And then here's how this one starts out, and then I'll just flip through and kind of see. I just want to kind of do a little bit of like this for each one, so that, because I'm going to link this video in my Etsy shop when I list these. These are not listed yet, so you can see the pretty. Here's on the pockets in this one, another piece of that fabric. This is just, you know, kind of like a holly bush. This is a holly bush with some cardinals on it. Cut that out of that fabric and put it right there, and just, is that gorgeous or what? I just that kind of blows my mind. It's so pretty. So there's the tags in this one. Those are all sewn around and backed with ledger paper. Here's the trim in this one. I only had a little bit of this trim, so I think I put these in a couple. This trim in 1 or 2, or at least 2 of these. But isn't that gorgeous? It's a ruffle. So that's a fabric ruffle that I made. And there's a little angel in this one. There's the computer paper. Another label there. Just really pretty. The doily. And there you go. That's Better Homes and Gardens. Pink and red. These are all going to be in separate listings, so if you're interested. Country Living. This is a pretty one with the blue and the red. And this is like a vintage ornament wreath. Gorgeous. I love this cover. And, you know, same spine on the inside and outside with the red lace. Oh, this one doesn't have the red lace on the inside. I guess I didn't think it needed it. This is an ideals page on the inside. I probably didn't think it might not go either. So, but you can see it's strong enough without it. It's fine. Anyway, as a little flip through here on this one, you can see all the same types of pages. Little journaling cards, the bookmark. This one has a bookmark. It's got craft cardstock and cardstock sewn together with a little vintage fringe or trim on the top there. Nice and long, could be a bookmark. And then here's the Christmas tree in this one. The middle in this one has some poinsettias on the pockets. Yeah, that fabric I only have like one piece left, but it came in really handy. And that was from Laura, so thank you again, Laura. There's the envelope in this one, the coaster with the journaling card in the front and back, the poinsettia doily, and there we go. That's that one. Super pretty, right? Yep. Gorgeous. Okay, that was number 3. Number 4 is the Martha Stewart Living. Now this one had a cookie wreath on the front. Christmas cookie wreath. You can see how pretty that is. This one's a little wider because this magazine is a little bigger. If you know Martha Stewart Living, you know it's a little bigger than Better Homes and Gardens, the actual size of it. So then this one starts out with the pretty blue. It's got the red lace inside. Here's the coaster. I put this beaded tag in the front in this one, I see. Here's the Christmas tree. The ornament in this one. Here's the middle in this one. I've got this collage tag here. And on here is a gingerbread tag. Here on these pockets I have little poinsettias, and this was cut from another fabric because I was, running out of little pieces from the other one. And so I cut out little like poinsettia looking flowers from the other fabric I was using and put it on the pockets here. You can see the Ideals magazine pages, the computer paper, the tag, the big sewn tags here, the angel, and that's that red trim on this one. There's a label there. Oh, really cool. Okay, number 4. And then number 5 is, I saved every piece of that fabric. Here's a little piece I have left. A little tiny holly leaf. So this one was a Ideals magazine page, and this scene was so pretty of the dad, like the mailman's coming up behind on this snowy scene. The porch is decorated for Christmas, and I got the little boy and his dad here. I think they're putting a wreath on the door. You can kind of see it over here, but I wanted to go ahead and reinforce it with lace. I kind of didn't want to cover it up because I wanted you to be able to see the wreath better, but I also wanted to make sure it was strong and reinforced, so I did go ahead and put this lace on this one. And that is some vintage lace there, and it's got the mom's there with the pretty bow and her little girl for wreath for the door, bow for the wreath, and there's, you can see garland around the window there. Just was a really pretty picture, so that's why I wanted to use it for the cover. And it's got the zigzag stitching, same type of pages in here. You can see I've got the lace here. Now this one, I didn't put anything in here, but this one has a pocket here and a pocket here, because this one is actually, I think this one is actually, I'm trying to think if it's either 6 or 4 layers, something like that. Like this is 2 layers here, and this is 3 layers. So if it's 3 and 2, that'd be 5 layers all together. So it's very strong, and I didn't put anything in there. But if you want to tuck something long and narrow in there, there is a pocket in the front and the back page right there. Okay, so as you open up, you've got an ideals page here, and then just some stamping. You can see here's a piece of from the 9 Lords of Leaping card with the ledger on the back. There's the cluster. The cluster is in all of them too, just in a different spot. Because the pages aren't the same, they're not in the same spot, so I just went through and I wanted to do the same element, like the same, I wanted to do the Christmas tree, and I just went through, found a page where I felt it would look good, and that's where I put it. So they're not the same. It's not in the same spot in everyone because they all have different pages. Here's the Christmas tree, the envelope from the stationery set. Here's the ornament. Here's the middle. This one has the little red and kind of, I think it's black, poinsettia type flowers on the pockets. And I've got an extra piece in here. I cut out some images from magazines and backed them, sewed them on blue dyed paper, and just as a journaling spot. So that's in there too. A little extra piece. The beaded tag in this one. The label, or some of those were like postage stamps, faux postage stamps. Here's a pretty gingerbread house from the Ideals magazine. This one has, this is from one of the journaling cards. This was one journaling card, and it was big like this. So it's the, you can see it's the partridge in a pear tree, of course. And so I made it for this spot since it was so long and narrow. I did have to cut off the sides a little bit, but I think it still looks good. And I sewed around and put the ledger paper on the back. And that was that flannel graph, another one of those flannel graph pieces that I made into journaling cards. And it's really cute. And then this one, on most of these I tried the ones that I talked about. And in fact, if I didn't, I'll go back, because I started doing this kind of halfway through. I was making these, and then I decided to put a little sticker on them down here. So this one has a little glittery deer on it. And, I just thought that was fun. And then, got the journaling spot space on the back. Here's some of that pretty trim in this one, and the little angel here. So, and here's the rest of it. This one does have another one of the flannel cards in here. This is the 2 turtle doves one, so that's in there as a journaling card. So that's that one, and that's the one with the Ideals magazine where the dad is putting the wreath on the Christmas tree there. Okay, we've got, let's see, what, 2 more or 3 more? 2 more, I think. Okay, just 2 more. So this one is another Ideals magazine page, and I mean, these pages, there were so many gorgeous pages that I could have used for covers, but I just, I couldn't make any more journals. This was past my limit as it was. But yeah, it's a pretty Christmas tree. The kids are sitting around here, and then back here is the family too. Mom with the baby, and father and daughter doing something with the Christmas tree. Just a really vintagey looking scene there. So there's a chandelier up there, just really pretty. And this one I didn't put anything here, you can see, or did I put anything? Well, this one had fabric on the inside, so I didn't feel like the inside needed any more reinforcement. And this one is fine too. I don't feel like it really needed anything. I just didn't want to cover, sometimes I didn't want to cover up the scene, like you can see the whole scene this way without anything blocking this whole, where Dad's putting an ornament on the tree or something. I just thought that was really neat to be able to see the whole scene like that. So that's why I didn't put any extra lace on there. And then this one I used fabric. It's 3 layers, but instead of a magazine page, I wanted to use some of that fabric again. So got the fabric here, and in the back, you can see pretty cardinals. Okay, And then as we start off with an Ideals magazine page, and then same types of things. Uh-oh, I missed a spot. Let's see, do I have another tag to put there? Let me see, I have one of these. I don't know if I put one of these in here. That fits there pretty good, I would say, yeah. There we go, and that has some pretty trim on the top there, like eyelash or eyebrow, what I call eyebrow trim. So, on the music paper, and then the other papers are the same. Yep. Pocket, here's the middle. This one has the little, oops, a little flower that's one I'm saving from that fabric, the last little pieces I have. Here's the tags in this one. This one has the beads on it, and these are just a magazine piece and a tag here, cute one. So yeah, I did a lot of making of ephemera for these and just decorating and making sure I had plenty of writing space. Here's the tag with the little deer. So these were a lot of fun. This one I put a Christmas tree on. Here's the Christmas tree in this one, the fabric Christmas tree. Here's the trim in this one. I only had a little bit of this one too. So it's here, and it might be, I guess that was it. I don't see it in this next one. So that was it. That was all I had. Just enough for, you know, if I had any more, it wasn't enough for a whole page like that. So this is the only one that has that one. There's the cluster. So, and that's this one with the Christmas tree scene on it. Okay. And the last but not least, oh, this is a Country Living again. I had two of these magazines, and this one has, I ran out of this buffalo check fabric too, this black and red one. So I cut out, and this looks really good with this one too, because this one is, you know, it is the light blue and the red, and I have the red here. So this is red, you know, with snowflakes. So of course it looks good with this. So this one has the red snowflake fabric ties. And then, you know, I have the inside as an Ideals magazine page here with the red lace there. And then here's another piece of the 9 Lords of Leaping journaling card. There's a label here. You see that there's a snowflake in every one too, a rubber stamped snowflake. Here's the Christmas tree, the fabric Christmas tree. Ornament. They all have a Candyland. Here's the middle on this one with all the tags. This one I put snowflakes, these little like gem snowflakes on the snowflake paper, so just a little bit of kind of bling there. I thought that looked pretty. Here's the angel with the trim, the red trim on this one. So yeah, these were fun. I'm going to be listing these in my shop today. It's Sunday before Thanksgiving, so I need to do some things to get ready since I'm having everyone, my family here. I need to now go, and I've just been trying yesterday and today to finish these. So, and it took a lot longer than I thought. I've been working on these for at least a couple weeks, and I was determined to get these finished today, but I've also got to clean my house and get ready for company. So hopefully I'll start getting these listed and be able to also get ready for Thanksgiving here. I did do my Thanksgiving shopping yesterday, and I put up my Christmas tree. Yay! I don't usually put it up before Thanksgiving. I said that in my video yesterday, but I did want to put it up this year for some reason. I didn't, I just wanted to, so, you know, so I did. Put it up yesterday, and it was fun, and it looks pretty, and I'm happy about it, so that's what matters. Oh, I tied that totally wrong. Tied that totally wrong without even thinking, but I need to let you go, and I need to go clean my house, but This one ties, let me tie this one for you since it's the last one. Around the back, tie the front back to the front, wrap it around. I can get it going right here. It just looks pretty all wrapped up, right? Okay, it goes like that. Then you tie your bow. Like this. I kind of want to see this one wrapped up too, since it's a little bit different colored fabric on this one. Keeping my front fabric right side up. Okay, there we go. Pretty as you please. All right, thanks guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the flip through and all the journals. I love making magazine journals, so that's why I did so many, I think. And plus I had all the magazines I needed to use some of them. I still have, you know, I get a magazine every month, so so, you know, 12 magazines, if I keep them all, that adds up of different Better Homes and Gardens, Country Living. That's the only 2 I really get now, but I did get a few Women's Day, and I did get a few Martha Stewart. So needed to use those up, so they are done. Thanks for watching. Happy crafting, and happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Have a great, you know, time with your family and whatever you're doing, and be safe if you're traveling. And I'll see y'all next time.